This is to anybody out there who actually reads for enjoyment, and hopefully there's some of you, whether it's sort of teenage fiction or Harry Potter or anything like that. What do you want out of your books? What makes you pick it up?
So what makes you pick a book up? Like, what makes you want to read that when you see it?
Look at Bruce's expressions in his face. I can tell Bruce. Writing is all, isn't it, Bob? All about deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts,
Writing. Thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we've said here, it needs to be interesting, needs to keep you drawing in.
That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Whoever said that. Interesting.
Interesting.
When you're doing this question this time next year in your GCSE, you ideally need to make your writing interesting, because, believe it or not, examiners are human too, and if they're reading something that's interesting, they will be inclined to start raising your marks. Okay.
Enjoy reading.
Yeah, well, you enjoy it as well if it's interesting. Yeah.
But if you want to come on the mic and talk to us, you can. Put your hands up, raise your hand, and then Bruce will let you in. And we can listen to your voices. It's nice to listen to some voices.
Okay, I think Millie will come on. Hello, Millie.
Hello, Millie. Welcome.
No.
No? None?
No, that wasn't a hands up to come on. I don't think that's it, Dina. It's okay.
Anyone got their hands up, want to come on and talk to us about writing? Let us know. Don't be shy, please. They're all nice people.
Yeah, it's helpful for Bob as well to get interaction from the learners as well. So, let us know. Chloe, are you coming on?
Chloe,
let's try Chloe. Hello, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe. You might.
Oh, Robert. Let's try Robert then. Hello, Robert.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Robert. Hi, mate. You okay?
Hi, Robert.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Robert gets 2 points for coming on. Well done.
He gets an extra point for the same name as me, so well done, Robert.
Oh. Okay, go on.
I was just say, I'm a teacher, actually. I'm not a student, so just to...
Oh, right, okay. I'll just remove that last patronising comment then, sir.
I was thinking, how do you start with genre, audience, purpose? What you're writing for and why?
Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
I'm going to put one in there for you because someone mentioned it in the last bit, language techniques or descriptive techniques. All right. I actually finished a fascinating book about the secret history of eye tests. It was eye-opening. It really was.
Here they are. Here they start. I did warn everyone. I thought it was one. Oh, that was a good one.
Thank you, Mr. Bragg. Gives a very good reason about what, really good.
Okay, so let's have a look. Writing correctly for form, purpose, and audience. So, Sir told us that one, didn't he? Form, purpose, and audience. In your exam, they will tell you this. Well, that's what's so good about a lot of English exams. A, as far as your imagination is concerned, you can't be wrong. And B, they will tell you what they're looking for. All right, so it will tell you the audience, it will tell you what form they'll ask you to write in, whether it's a letter, email, article, etc., and why you're doing it. Okay. Interesting. That came up, didn't it? Interesting points and ideas. Seduce the examiner. Make them like you.
Oh.
Write in paragraphs. Very important. All right. I mean, that's one thing that we certainly won't be able to teach you in the time we've got this afternoon, but split your text up into blocks, right, of paragraph writing. So if you're changing the location, changing the character, changing the point of view, etc., you need to open a new paragraph. Range of language features, we're going to look in more detail at that. Discourse markers, connectives or conjunctions, things that you can join sentences together, a bit like Lego bricks that hold sentences together. Somebody mentioned complex sentences. So we're going to be using ways you don't want to write 3 or 4 word sentences. I went on holiday. It was good. There was a beach. It was hot. I swam in the sea. The food was nice. You get the idea. That is definitely not interesting. All right. So discourse markers, expand your sentences.
Too much I's in that. I.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah.
You repeat too many things. Don't try not to use too much repetitive words. Is that right, Bob?
Definitely. Vary your vocabulary, which fits into what Sabina said. So, I mean, if you say it was nice, there's got to be a dozen better words you can use.
One of the words that you probably use instead of nice and above.
Pleasant,
nice
enjoyable.
Not really a good word to use in your exam answers, is it really? I mean, of course, you can't figure nothing else, or the word nice is the word that you need to use in that sentence. Sometimes it is just the word, but try and avoid excessive use of the word nice in your answers.
Sometimes I find that, if you're stuck for a word like that, try to ask yourself the question silently in your head. If you're talking about, if we get there, we'll look at a beach scene. There's a descriptive piece of writing there. Why was the beach nice? Because the sand was nice. Okay, but why was it nice? It felt soft. Okay, so there's a word. We can put soft. Think of another word for soft. Yeah, think of some similes we could use there. It's as soft as a duvet, perhaps, or something. And all of a sudden, you've expanded that. That's more interesting. But we'll get on to that. Vary your punctuation. Somebody mentioned commas and things, but there are plenty of other things you could use. Be careful with your exclamation marks. You're not texting a mate. You're not putting 3 or 4 exclamation marks to make a point. Sentence forms. Someone mentioned complex sentences. Mix and match them about. We'll have a look at some examples a little bit later. Give your writing a lot more impact and a lot more interest. Punctuation. And try to keep to standard English and grammar. We did one of these on Monday, and a little bit of writing that somebody did was really good. But he used this word in his written answer. What that means?
I kind of like that.
You kind of like it? Yeah. We all say it. That's how we speak. Yeah. Did you like your dinner? Kind of.
Everyone does it, don't they, Bob?
They do it.
It's about breaking that, boundary between, the text talk kind of thing and the back to proper English, isn't it?
Yeah. So try and keep to standard English. All right. I mean, if you start writing in a lot of slang, you will lose marks. Okay, do we need to do this?
Let's see. Yeah, we'll have this. How many features did we have? Got that there. Have a quick poll there. Should be on the screen there now. Click on this to vote. How did we do on this? How many features did we come up with? I don't have an option for 0. Everyone should have 1. Right. So, Bob, we've got a split between the first 2 options at the minute, with 40% on the last one. Okay. 65% of voters. Can we get anyone else to vote? We'll just have this open for 10 more seconds or something. Try and get as many votes in as we can. 68% votes. Okay, I think we'll leave it there then. Mostly Bob, 50% on 5 to 8 anyway. 30% on 1 to 4 and 13 on the 9 plus anyway. So we'll get my comments off.
Okay. Right, so let's have a look. Quickly, we'll try and see how many language techniques we can think of. There are some missing letters there. just a couple of minutes. If you can't get all of them, it doesn't matter. Let's see between all of us if we can't get most of them.
Yeah, right. So between all of us as class, there's 33 of you here. So just try and start throwing your answers into the Q&A, so that when we go through with Bob, we can just start taking them out. It doesn't have to be in order. Say if you know like the last 3 or you got the first one, that's fine. Just pop them in there for us, somewhere for us to see. Yeah, thank you. Or, just have a little think while we're going through this now. If anyone would like to come on to go through some of them with us on the microphone, it'd be great to hear from someone here. Oh, Bob, you should see the Q&A right now. It is filling up. Good. It is filling up.
We've got Millie's hands up. Maybe she wants to come on audio.
Millie? You can try Millie. I think Millie's self-muted though, Sophie, I've tried before. So, if she'd like to come on herself, if she'd like to.
Millie, if you want to speak, just unmute yourself and we can hear you.
Anyone really, if anyone would like to.
Anyone, yeah, everyone. I'd love to hear some more voices, guys. The last course we've just done, I had literally about 8 to 9 people on my list, like they're all chatting, and it was great interaction. Nice to hear.
Points on your list, Sophia?
Sorry?
You were getting points on your list.
In comparison with the last course, I've got less points, so I want more people and more points.
Yeah. I need answers now.
Bob, Sophia, you need to go through the techniques.
Come on, guys.
Alright, Bob. So the first one that we've actually got there is facts and statistics, and that's from Lily. Thank you, Lily.
Well done, Lily. Yeah. Facts and statistics. If you're writing a piece and you can put some facts and statistics in, it gives it more truthfulness to the reader. Yeah. In your exam, within reason, you can make these up, but make them believable. So if you're writing a piece about, let's say you've got to write a letter to your local council asking for a road crossing by your school. So you can make up some facts and statistics. You can say last year the police reported 14 accidents within a 100-metre stretch of the school. So you can make it up. You're allowed to make it up, but it gives it a certain truthfulness to your piece. Yeah. What else we got?
Right, so the next one that we've got is simile from Wesley.
Yeah, simile is one of the most common and easy to use.
Thanks, Wesley. Good answer today. Right, okay, we've got Joanne there, we've got two here. We're going to have from Bob, we've got triples and hyperbole.
Oh, nice. Okay. Triples, sometimes called rule of 3, gives emphasis to your writing.
I mean, should have another one, but I'm going to leave it for someone else as well. Yeah, hyperbole as well, Bob, yeah?
Yeah, or exaggeration. Yeah. Personally, I think the exaggeration is the best thing in the world. Bar none.
Nice. Brooke's got a rhetorical question for us.
Yeah. Rhetorical questions doesn't require an answer. It's a good way when you're writing to open your writing up to talk about what you want to talk about. For instance, why do we do online teaching? Well, you've asked yourself the question. We can go on and then explain what we have to say. Right, let's do a couple more because I'm thinking at a time.
Right, okay, so we've got metaphors.
Yeah.
From Chloe again. So it's flipping Chloe this time. Right, Chloe. We've got short sentences again from Lily.
Yep.
Repetition from Joanne.
Good.
Emotive language.
Nice one. Emotive language. Make the reader feel what you want them to feel.
Alliteration.
Yeah. And we've got 2 left.
Personification.
Yeah.
And faith, thank you. And let's see, I'm just trying to look for the last one then.
I'm doing it. I'm going to contrast.
There we go. We'll go job on everyone.
Yeah, we're going to be having a look at that. contrast. Contrast is very important when you're doing your sort of descriptive writing. Okay. Well done, everyone. Doing it?
No, I don't need to do that with how many.
Right, okay. So there we go. So we look at contrast, and there's a classic example, rich, poor. Those of you who might be struggling with contrast as a theme, think of the last Hollywood blockbuster movie you saw, or any film actually, and I'll almost guarantee that the characters will have a contrast. Because when you have a contrast, you have drama. When you have drama, the word dramatic speaks for itself. That's where we get drama from. It's interesting. So you think of all your Hollywood films where if there's like two characters, there'll be different. Perhaps one's male, one's female. Perhaps one's brand new cop, and the other one's an old, crusty cop. One's excitable, and one's boring, and so forth and so forth. There's loads. So someone give me another one.
Right, so Jacob's actually gave us a good question here. He said, is contrast like a juxtaposition?
Is it what, sorry?
Is a contrast like a juxtaposition?
Can be, yeah. It can be. The juxtapose means to offer up two contrasting points. So, for instance, if you were writing a story about a privileged son or daughter of a millionaire, and they suddenly get stranded in a refugee camp, that's a juxtaposition, or also a contrast. So you can imagine how you could make an interesting story out of that, can't you?
Yeah. So we've got
make an interesting story out of a refugee in a refugee camp. You've got much more drama about having a privileged rich person all of a sudden finding himself in a situation like that.
Oh yeah, you would actually, wouldn't you? You got a far better.
There's a famous film from the 80s called Trading Places, which very much does that. Look it up.
Trading Places from the 80s, right? So some contrast that we've got here, we've got black and white from Wesley, we've got in and out from Joanne, and up and down from Joanne. So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, they are, if you like, physical positions up and down, in and out. But certainly black and white, if you've got two characters, one's black, one white, then you've got that contrast. You can play with that idea. You can put more descriptive power into that. Right, there's a simile for you. That's from a famous poem, you may or may not know. Someone else give me another simile, please.
We got a simile in the Q&A for us, please. Quick example.
Quick as a flash. Quick as a flash.
Quick as a flash. There you go. One so far. Red as blood, Jacob said.
Yeah, red as blood.
Dance like a tree in the wind from Faith.
Oh, we'll get on to that one.
Oh.
Yeah, that you've hit 2 for 1 there. You got a 2 for 1 deal. But yep, anything with as or like.
That's I know what that's getting to, but that's getting towards the word P, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But we've got another one there, as fast as a cheetah, which is a good one.
Yeah. It's amazing how often that one comes up, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're making a comparison, right, you've been told this in school, I know you have, sort of as or like. Right? Examiners do like it when you use similes. They love it if it's an original one. You make your own one up.
Right.
Okay? It's not as difficult as you think. Remember I said at the beginning, it's down to confidence. Have self-confidence. Maybe write something personal. I mentioned this the other day. I'll very quickly say it again. When I was about 11, I remember we had to read parts of stories out